Hi, friends. Welcome back to
Wish You Love Podcast.
I'm Jazmine.
And I'm Marilyn.
And thank you so much for tuning in on our last episode of May.
Yeah, I can't believe it's the end of May.
I know. June's around the corner. I hope you guys are planning all your summer bucket list things.
Yes.
We talked about this earlier in the episodes. Memorial Day weekend is basically start of summer.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have so much to talk about. Like in June, we're going to have Jasmine's birthday episode, talk about our summer bucket list. So please just stay tuned. And if you like the message of this episode, please share it with a friend.
Yes. Also, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Wish You Love Pod and submit questions.
Yes.
We have a link in our bio. If you want to be part of the pod, you can submit questions, things that you need advice of. Maybe even give us like, hey, we really want you guys to talk about this topic. Please share with us.
And also, before we even get into the opener question, we did want to do a shout out to one of our listeners. I don't know if you want to say it, Jazmine.
Yes. So, funny enough, this listener's mom, I work with her, and she's awesome. And let me know, and I shared with Marilyn that you listen to our episodes. So, thank you so much for listening. We love you. We wanted to shout you out.
Yeah, and the fact that she was one of my cheerleaders when I was a cheer coach. So it was like crazy that, you know, our worlds were intertwining, and then as well with the podcast. I forgot the whole story, but she had told me and I was like, what? Yeah. So hi, Haley. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, and we appreciate you. And yeah, you were always so sweet when you were one of my little cheerleaders.
Yeah, feel free to DM us, Haley. Yes. You know, thank you again for listening. I was really happy to hear when I was told that you listen to our podcast regularly.
So cool.
So that is really awesome. And yes, like Marilyn said, small world. Are these worlds.
Her mom your mom works with her. That's funny.
Yeah. So shout out to you.
Thank you. And if you want to be shouted out onto the podcast, you know, you can always message us and let us know how you heard about us. Obviously, she had heard about us probably through me. I'm not sure. I don't know. Comment down below, Haley, on YouTube.
But yeah, so with that, we will get into today's episode. I'm going to be pulling out the opening question. And the opening question for today is, if time and money was not a problem, what hobby would you pick up? So, I don't know if you want to answer first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are actually so many hobbies that I do want to pick up, but I'm going to choose one that money isn't an option because sadly, hobbies cost a lot of money, right? So I really, really, really want to do like dancing, like folklorico, like just different types of dances, but that is doable, you know, although it's expensive, it's not like super, super expensive. So I think my answer will be ice skating because that is really, really expensive. And I can't afford that. Like that's too much money. So if money wasn't a problem, I think I would love to learn to ice skate because anytime I see them wear the cute like outfits and they're like twirling like a princess, I'm like, wow, I wish I knew how to do that. Like that would be so cool. So I think that is something that I would love to like be really good at. But obviously I would love to learn the guitar and the piano and folklorico dances, hula dances. Like there's so much I want to learn how to do. But I think something that's kind of out of reach would be ice skating because that is so expensive. The skates, the lessons, you know, it's just an expensive sport.
One of my best friends, you know her name is Ruda. She actually does ice skating. Like not professionally or anything, but she loves it. So it might be fun if you guys ever like connect and do that. Yeah, she's been dying to take me to an ice skating ring, but I always say no because I bruise easily. Yeah. So I'm like, no. I'm still dealing with my sciatica. No. But that's cool. Yeah, I think you would definitely do really good at it. I could totally see you like doing the tricks and stuff.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think for me, the hobby that I would pick up, and I'm going with time. I think mine's more like if there was more than 24 hours in a day, I would pick up cooking.
That's good.
Cooking / baking, but I mean like everything. Like I have a coworker who mentioned to me that when her kiddos were really, really young, she would make everything from scratch for them. Like if they wanted chicken nuggets, she would make it, like bread it, fry it, or air fry it, everything. If they wanted like toast, she would make the toast. Damn. Yeah, like straight up, like fresh. Wow. And so I think about that because I think I would, if the time was not the problem, because I know it's just so time consuming to do like things. Realistically, if someone wants to, they can. You know, if I really planned every hour, I could probably fit it in every day. But I would love to just, that would be like a hobby where I can just bake my bread for the week and like cook everything and not just go to Trader Joe's and get the orange chicken bag that I usually get and throw it in the air fryer.
I need an air fryer.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't have one.
Okay. Yeah. Graduation gift. Cool.
I like how her mind goes to graduation gift because her love language is gifts.
Yes.
No, yeah, that's something I've been meaning to buy because everyone says it's like life changing.
Yeah. But yeah, that is something I would pick up.
Yeah, that's good.
I think so. Even just baking,
that's like such a good skill.
I love seeing my friend Karen, who also listens to us a lot. So shout out to you.
Yeah, Karen.
I love when she says like, I got bored, so I just made cupcakes today, or I'm practicing my frosting, so I made a cake. Like I'm like, that is so cool.
Cute, so Snow White of you.
Yeah, so that would be mine.
I was gonna say my mom actually took baking lessons, so she's really good at making cakes. My stepdad is actually really too. He is as well, but. She used to do like baking classes. I don't know where, but like, yeah, she's really good. And like the frosting, making the cake look perfect. Like she's really good at it. So it's like possible for sure. And I think that's a good skill to have, the cooking especially. I personally love to bake, but I live by myself, so I'd eat everything by myself. And then like, especially on this calorie deficit thing, like, nah, I can't bake. I can't bake.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, but then I would eat it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'd be like eating all these cupcakes.
But you know, like a lot of people who bake like regularly, like my best friend Renee, she always makes cookies and they're so good. And like, and it'll just be regular Tool House cookies or whatever, but there's no mom. And I didn't realize she never actually eats it.
No,
some people just bake just to bake. She never eats it. Like one time I was like, oh, she loves cookies, like let's make cookies. So we make cookies, and then she's like, I'm not gonna have any though. I was like, what? You love cookies? She's like, I don't like sweet stuff. I'm like, what? Just realize that I'm the only one eating what we're making.
Yeah.
So some people don't eat it.
But it'd be nice too, like I always think about like in the future, like when you go to Thanksgiving, like being able to be like, I'm going to make mac and cheese, you know?
Oh.
Like, you know?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I make dishes.
Or you do?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I make the green bean casserole and the deviled eggs and one more thing, I forget. But actually, I know how to make a pie from scratch. I know how to make pecan pie.
Okay, like that's so cool. Like imagine being remembered as like, oh, Marilyn's
pecan. That's my thing.
Oh, yeah.
On my dad's side, that's my thing is the green bean casserole and the deviled eggs. On my mom's side, because they're the ones who taught me, that's not my thing though. I don't make any. I don't bring anything to the table because they make it way better than I do. But yeah, like you should have a dish. Like that's my dish.
Yeah. So I never have explored it, but I think I can definitely not make it a full hobby because again, time. But I think I will probably explore it and practice it more once I, hopefully if and when move out and have my own little space. Because I know it can get hard sometimes living with other family members.
Yeah.
My mom's always like, you're making a mess. Like everything's everywhere.
Girl, I'm gonna clean it. Like,
I know. Or she'll be like, you're using the oven. Like, you know.
Like, can I not use it?
So.
No, yeah, I get that. I was going to say I'm actually trying to expand my dishes. So it started off just first green bean casserole, and then I added the deviled eggs. And then actually I have something new that I do now, but I actually wanted to add vegan mac and cheese. So I've been trying to find a good breading, the top layer, and I've been trying to find a good vegan cheddar cheese. My friend said he knows of a good vegan cheddar cheese. So I'm like, okay, because I haven't found one good yet. But yeah, so that is actually, it's funny that you mentioned mac and cheese because that is something that I'm trying to bring to the table, but I haven't found the good alternative yet. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good hobby, good thing to learn. Good life skill.
Yeah. Yours too.
The ice skating?
Yeah.
Life skill? I don't know if I would consider.
That's like iconic if you go to New York during Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
To ice skate,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, it's cool.
Yeah, that's true. It's not as good as the life skill as cooking, though. That's like really good. Yeah. But yeah. I always think of like people actually did cook from scratch like every day back in the day.
Yeah.
Like my grandma, like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. My grandma, she's not a baker. She's not a baker, but because she's been consistently making cookies from scratch, she's actually perfected her chocolate chip cookies. They're so good. And she makes them with oats instead of like flour to make it more healthy or something like that. Like she uses something else that because she wants as much protein and enough as much fiber. Like because her thing isn't like taste. It's like she wants her grandkids to eat healthy. But it's so good. Like it's like a chunky chocolate chip. I remember one time I was like, "Can I take some home?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like she don't mess with her cookies. Like they're that good.
You're gonna have to tell your grandma to make some with no chocolate though. Before she throws the chocolate chip. I don't eat chocolate.
Oh yeah.
So before
damn. It would just be plain.
Bomb.
Okay. I think she does make some like that for my grandpa because he's diabetic, but I'll ask.
Yeah,
we'll see.
One day. Renee, you too.
No, yeah, that's actually what she does. She doesn't really care for chocolate. She doesn't like sweets. So what she'll do if she eats one, she'll like pick out as much chocolate as she can to like just make a regular sugar cookie, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, let's get into the episode. I loved our opener, but let's get into the main question of the episode. Okay, so Jasmine's going to start us off, but the question is, are there any new habits you want to incorporate into your life? So are there any habits you want to incorporate into your life? And I think this is great, especially if you guys comment down below some new habits, because I think we can always all improve in our life and try to be the best versions of ourselves. So we might learn from each other today of what are some things that I can improve in my life. So yeah, whenever you're ready, Jasmine.
Yeah. So I think right now, habits are always changing, you guys. You always are in different places in life where things might change depending on, so many things, finances, circumstances, etc. So I'm going to go with based off of where I'm at in life right now and a habit that I'm trying to incorporate and that I hope I stick with even years from now. As you guys know, we discussed this in last month's episode, but Marilyn and I are both on a health journey, calorie deficit.
Well, you're doing
journey
something new, right?
Now, but I'm still going to just generalize it. A health journey. Yeah. A healthy lifestyle. And I think the habit that I'm trying to pick up is meal prepping.
That's good.
Yeah. I think meal prepping is so important, especially because, when you don't meal prep, sometimes from what I've been experiencing so far, it's so easy to just like fall into temptation, whether that be for convenience or because it's like, oh, I just got out of work, I'm hungry, I'm just going to stop by Taco Bell and get food because rather than, oh my gosh, I just got out of work, I'm hungry, but it's okay, I have my food ready for me at home. Like I'm ready to just pop it in the microwave and eat it. So definitely meal prepping. I know that Angel and I have been trying to do that every Sunday. That's part of like our Sunday routine now. Actually, the new thing that we're also incorporating that I love is going to mass. So it'll be like mass, we go to church, and then after church, we usually just do what he likes to do, which is like watching movies and chill.
Nice.
And then we'll go grocery shopping and then meal prep for the week. So that's a habit that I'm trying to incorporate more of. I guess I can tie both of them, getting closer into my faith and also with this health journey, meal prepping. So yeah, I think it's been fun so far. I know like for this week's instance, it's Angel's turn to find a recipe. So he's going to find what it is that we're going to eat that fits with, again, that healthy lifestyle, incorporating as much veggies and protein as we can. And so it's fun going to the store and being like, we need bell peppers. So then I'll go on and get bell peppers while he gets the onion or, and then coming together, we sit down and like I'm cutting the bell peppers and he's cutting the onion and then we put it together. So it's really fun. fun. And I think it's a good habit to pick up because, like I said, you save money, you save time, and you eat better because everything is there to just pop it in and eat it. But yeah, that's my habit.
I really like your habit, and it made me hungry because I'm hungry right now. But it made me think of when I used to meal prep, but it was always just for breakfast, like just ready to go in the morning when I used to work at an office job. But it was overnight oats, and I love overnight oats. They're so good, and you just made me think of that. And yeah, it's definitely, luckily my schedule isn't that busy where I need to meal prep. Like I get home at the right time and I cook and then I'm hungry, you know what I mean? So, but meal prepping, that's such a good habit to have, you know, and it's just already ready because you already did everything. So that's really good. I need to find more recipes because I tend to make the same thing all the time. And although it hits, it's like you kind of get bored of it after a while. And that's kind of where I am with my breakfast. I'm bored of it. I want something new. So I need to, you know, it's hard because lately I've been craving like avocado toast, but I'm trying to not use bread as much. So it's like, I'm trying to think of new things, but I don't know. It's hard. But to answer the question, I'm going to repeat the question again. So it says, are there any new habits you want to incorporate into your life? And my new habit that I want to incorporate, that I need to incorporate, is to get off my freaking phone. Like oh my gosh, it's so hard. Like I'm literally realizing I'm addicted to this thing. Like this thing runs my life. Like seriously, it's horrible. Like I'm just being very real. Like I hate when it tells me my report of how long I am on my phone every day. And it's like disgusting. Like, why are you on your phone that long? Like, what?
I just added that on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I think, I don't know, it was you who told me, or maybe I don't know. But I like added it on my phone and now it says like you're 15% up than you were last week. And I'm like, no.
It always makes me happy when I'm down, but it's still like hours. I'm like, damn, that's so many hours of your day. Like we only have one life to live and I'm over here, I'm scrolling on Instagram. And I don't think there's anything wrong with scrolling on Instagram, but it's the self-control. There is no self-control. I will be on there forever. And I even have the thing where it tells you to get off and I'm like, not now, not now, not now, not now. Like, girl, listen to the thing. So yeah, that is something I need to incorporate. And I remember I was watching this Netflix show and it was talking about how we're like pretty much like slaves to the iPhone or to a phone in general. And that crazy, like it changed my life. Like for a short time. And it was saying how in the morning, like the first thing we do is we spend so much time just like kind of like going through the newspaper, but like we're going through like Instagram, X, or, you know, I don't use TikTok anymore, but like TikTok or whatever. And so it was pretty much challenging me at that time. This is when I was still living with my grandparents. So this was a while ago. But I literally, they would say when you wake up, set a timer for at least 1 hour and do everything you need to do. Brush your teeth, do your hair, do all the things you need to do. But the first hour of your day should not be on your phone. And that was actually super hard. And I think I just need to, in general, disconnect from my phone. There's just so much on here that I feel like I'm missing out. And even if I'm not on Instagram all day long, I'm like, oh, like, what did I miss? You know? And it's like, am I really missing anything? No. And it's like, I need to get off. So I will tell you guys how long I'm on my phone because it's embarrassing. I will tell you though, because I want to hold myself accountable. When it tells me my report, it says I'm on my phone 6 hours a day. Damn, like 6 hours. And I don't know if it's like, if it counts music. I don't count music because you're not like on your phone. It's like you just hear it or podcast. I don't count that. I don't know if it counts that, but I think it's counting like literally screen time. I'm not sure. But I want it to go down half. Like I think 3 hours is still, think about it, like a lot. But sometimes like you are on your phone for work or the podcast or whatever. So I want to cut it down as much as possible. So that's my goal. But yeah, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. And it's embarrassing at this point. Like seriously.
But I feel like you're not alone in this.
No.
Like I feel like we're all guilty. Yeah. Like you said 6 hours. I think mine was 8. So
thank you for sharing that.
So yeah, I share this because you're not alone, and I think it's a good habit that we should all pick up. Yeah, because it is
struggle.
Goes back to so many episodes that we've talked about of like living in the moment and not being so, focused on things that don't really require attention.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. Because TikTok, that's my biggest weakness.
Really?
Where I can just scroll because it's so easy to just, okay, next episode.
Mine's Instagram.
Okay, next episode. Yeah.
TikTok was that, and then I gave it up for Lent 2 years ago or something. But ever since then, I never go on TikTok. It'll be literally for 3 minutes. That I have self-control. It's Instagram for me. Because there's so much. There's the stories, there's the regular posts, and then there's the reels. The reels get me because they're funny. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's kind of like TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
You have it in one.
But it's different.
Yeah.
I think it's worse because there's so much on there. Anyways, thank you for sharing because I really don't feel alone. Even though I know everyone's really bad with the phone.
Yeah.
It's damn, that's a lot of hours of your day. And it makes me so sad because I'm wow, how much of my life is just floating away, looking at a screen. And I was thinking the other day,
looking at Becky in high school who's posting about
her fifth child.
Right? It's come on.
Now I don't really care about this. No.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's, I think it's such a great way to connect. And you're oh, I love seeing people's lives. I really do. Hence why I go on Instagram. But it's I need to listen to the limit thing. It's 15 minutes. I think that's a good amount of time, unless you're posting because, we do have a podcast and all that stuff. But other than productive stuff, 15 minutes looking at stuff, I think is enough time and I need to follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I do love seeing Becky's story. Becky's not real, by the way. But yeah, I love seeing it. I love seeing your post. That's why I love Instagram. I love seeing and feeling connected with so many people that I don't see every single day.
Yeah.
But dang, Instagram
the world
got
we live
me.
in now. Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah. It's just...
I was thinking that too, actually, because I went to an Ice Cube concert with my dad, and I was just saying how he lived in the best time period, being a child in the 80s, being a teenager in the 90s, and being an early young adult in the 2000s. I was wow, he lived in the best time period because in the 80s, there was no technology. And even in the 90s, the late 90s is when they started, the freaking big old clunky computers. And that's not what computers are at all today. Today, we could be on YouTube, we could be on Instagram on the computer. Back then it was you were lucky if you were playing a little fish game, and it wasn't addicting. And I was wow, they actually would go outside and play until the lights came out and go back inside. And I think we were the last generation that actually experienced a childhood. Because when I was a child, I played outside with my friends. And I was never on my phone. But when we got to high school, the high school 8th grade, after that's when I got my Instagram in 8th grade. After that, that's when social media took over and changed everybody's life forever. And so I just was dang, a time to be alive during the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. I think of my grandparents, they were teenagers in the 70s. I'm wow, what a time. Everyone now is just staring at their phone, or they're recording, but looking at their phone. That's something I try to do is if I'm recording, let's say happy birthday celebration, I actually will look at the person and be recording because I do want to look back at it, but I try not to look through the phone, look at the actual person, it's the little things like that. But
you made me think of Angel. He always gets me in trouble.
What?
When I record during concerts.
Oh, I do too, though. I want to see it again.
His thing that he always tells me, he's babe, you're not living in the moment.
I know, yeah.
You want to
after the song,
experience.
Yeah.
So I've been doing better where I record only the first half.
That's what I do.
Or the last
30 seconds.
And then I'll just leave it. And then I'll enjoy the rest. But guilty. Yeah.
That's what I do is I record 30 seconds or a minute if I really, really, really want to record it. But and then put it away and enjoy it. Yeah. Because I feel I do think I would like the recording. Yeah. I like looking back.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the songs because I'm oh yeah, I forgot they play that song or whatever,
Yeah.
But it's a new habit that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Habits are really good. I think this is a perfect time to start thinking of this question. June is around the corner.
Yes.
That is the halfway mark of the year.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy.
So it's good to pick habits up and start incorporating them so that you can see that development and growth throughout 2024.
Yes.
Like where you started, what you've accomplished, what you've picked up. So I love this question. And I think it comes in a good timing.
Yeah, I think so too. And like, how have you been doing with your New Year's resolutions? Have they changed maybe? Like maybe you realize like, I don't really want to do that. Like I don't want to try that out. You know, I think we should do a check-in in June of our New Year's resolutions.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's halfway done with the year.
Yeah.
So we should be doing the stuff for our goals.
Yeah. At least 3 things.
At least 3 things.
Or on your...
Yeah, because I think I had 10 on my New Year's resolutions. I forgot. I have to watch our New Year's episode again, but...
Homework for us.
I know. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
But thank you so much for listening to this episode. And please let us know what is that new habit that you want to incorporate, because we might incorporate in our lives. Like she just made me think of, you know, overnight oats and how much I loved prepping that for breakfast in the morning.
And Marilyn made me think of, man, maybe I should set my alarm an hour before I clock in.
Yeah.
So, conversations like this are good.
Yeah, really
Makes us
good.
reflect and pick each other's brain and take things that we
from each other. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We appreciate you so much.
And above all else,
we wish you love. Bye, friends.